Everyone, so now we are going to do the non-broadcast lab. In this one, actually this one we are not using in the current situation. This is a frame relay. We are not using frame relay and serial interface in the real scenario, because serial interface is having what we can say very low speed. So nowadays we are using only fiber and the Ethernet cable. No one is using the serial link. But in the old system, if we are running anywhere in the old system, you will find the serial link and frame relay, but nowadays no one is using that one. But anyhow, we will look this one also. So how we will do this configuration? This is the same thing we can do. Let me stop here. I will stop all the router here. I will close this one and we will take one new topology here, new lab. Here in this one, what we can give, this title we can give OSPF non-broadcast network, and here I will paste here OSPF non-broadcast network. OSPF. Okay, so now what we will do in this scenario, we need to use the frame relay. So I can check here. Let me go here. This is a frame relay. Okay, drag this one, keep here this one. This is a frame relay. And what we need the 3 router. So we can go here. We can take one router here, and we can take one more router here, or let me take one router here and one more router. So I will take this R1 here. This is a R1. Let me keep here. This is the frame relay. This is the R3, R2. Okay, this way, and we need to connect here. We need to have the serial interface. So serial interface we will add here. We will go to this slot. Serial interface, I think 80 is a serial interface. This one PA80. Let's see here, serial interface came. Yes, we have serial interface. So I will do here also 80 here slot. Go here 80. Okay, and go here configuration slot here 80. Okay, so we have the serial interface. Here in this one, we need to go here in the this one frame relay configuration, and we can add the port here, or we need to have the how many port, 1 2 3. So 3 times we need to add like this. We can give here any value also, or default value we can take. Press 1 time, 2 time, 3 times. So we will have the 3 port. We added the 3 port, this one. Okay, so now frame relay is having the 3 ports. So now I will take this one. I will click here. I will go 3/0. I will connect here. Which one we will use? This port 1. Okay, and we can enable this here like this, and then we will go here. I will take the 3.0 here also, and here we will take 2, and I will go here also, and 3.0 I will take this as a 3 here. Okay, this way we connect it. Let me move this port here. From the router we have S3/0. okay, and here this is frame relay name, and here I think this is 3, this is 2, and 1, this is 1. This interface for the frame relay, this one. Now we can start all the devices, and then we can do the configuration. So what we can do in this one, if you remember what we are saying, hello timer, dead timer will be jump. So we need to verify that one also. So anyhow, we need to do the configuration. So what we can do, we can take the console of the R1, console of the R2. Let me take the console of the R2 here, console of the R3. Let me take the console of the R3. So we have the 3 console here. Okay, we need to configure. Configuration little different here, or let me take the notepad. So this one we already saved, right? This one we already saved. So now let me take the new, save this one. Now I will take new notepad here. I will write here the what we can write the lab name, this one, OSPF non-broadcast network, OSPF non-broadcast network lab. Okay, so this is the R1 configuration. We will write R1 configuration, enable config T, same thing as we do before, host name host name we will give as a R1. Host name will be R1, and then we will assign the IP. We will assign the IP. This is a serial 3/0. So interface S3/0, and we will write here IP address. Same thing we will use 192.168.1.1, give space, and 255.255.255.0, and then here we are having the frame relay. So for that purpose we need to give one additional command here. After this one we need to give encapsulation frame relay, but nowadays we are not using this. Just for lab purpose we will do, as we have this in our syllabus. Okay, so no shut. Then we will enable the OSPF. OSPF means router OSPF1, and we can write interface method, or let's do the network command. From long time we did not done this one, so now we will do this way also. 1.1 and then wildcard mask 0.0.255 and then area 0. Okay, and this is the what we have. Let me show you. In this one, this is the lab which we are doing. Let me show you. Network broadcast, this one we are doing, right? Non-broadcast, this one we are doing non-broadcast. So here manually we need to configure. Okay, manually we need to configure. What we need to configure? Neighbor. Manually we need to configure neighbor. So how we will do that one? Let me write here. Manually we need to configure, so we need to write neighbor, and whoever the neighbor IP we need to give 1.2. Okay, if you have confusion, let me write here. This will be 192.168.1.1. This guy will be 1.1, this interface, and this one will be here. This interface will be 1.2. This will be 1.2, and here if we take this one, this will be 1.3. Okay, so what we are saying here, this is our neighbor. This guy having two neighbor, one here 1.3, 1.2. so in the configuration in the notepad we need to define the neighbor. Manually we need to configure in the broadcast non-broadcast network. So manually we will type like this. Okay, like this we will type. This is a configuration for the R1. Now we need to do the configuration for R2. So I will divide this page. I will copy paste the same configuration and we will modify in this one. So I will go here. Let me write here. This is a 2, and this is a 2, and this is a 2, and this one. So this remains same. This configuration is same. Here what we will write, router OSPF1, and our IP is this one 192.168. What we are saying, this network ID we need to write. So this should be 0. Okay, and this should be 0. Command what we done before, network ID, wildcard mask, area 0, and then here we will add the neighbor. How we will add the neighbor? This is the router 2, so neighbor will be 1.1 and 1.3. I am here in the 2, so this is my neighbor, this is my neighbor. So this way we will do. Okay, this is a R2 configuration. So let me copy this one and paste for R3. So I will go here, I will paste here, I will paste like this way, and I will paste here. This will be 3, this will be 3, this will be 3, and here we are 3 means this should be 1 and this should be 2. Okay, any doubts here? Just what we are doing, we are this is a new command we are writing here. Let me show you. This is the R3. This one is normal, common, whatever we do till here is common. This is the new command we are writing because we are using the frame relay. So we need to use the encapsulation frame relay, then no shut, just to assign the IP address. Okay, so this one is finished. Then we are enabling the OSPF, router OSPF1, network ID, wildcard mask, area, and this is the two neighbor, because here manually we need to configure neighbor. So manually I am configuring manually. I am standing here, so this is my neighbor and this is my neighbor. If I am standing here, this is my neighbor, this is my neighbor. If I am standing here, this is the neighbor, this is my neighbor. So same thing we need to write neighbor and neighbor IP. Okay, so now we will copy paste this configuration. So let me copy paste. Okay, in R3 we done in all router, right? This is a R1, this is a R2, and this is a R3. So now we can copy paste this configuration in our, what we can say, in our router. So let me copy this from here to here. This is for R1. Where is our console? Here is the console. I will paste here. Some error here, maybe I put the spelling mistake here, so let me correct that one. Let me correct, or let me restart the router R1 here, because already we copy paste the configuration. Let me switch off and then switch on. Okay, so let me check what spelling mistake I done. Encapsulation, ENCAPSULA, here I miss A. Okay, encapsulate, ENCAPSU, here A should not there, LATION. I think this is correct, or manually we can type one router, or let me, I think this is correct. Now we can copy paste and check this one. Let me copy paste and check this one here. Yeah, now it is okay. So we missed some A before. So what I can do, I can correct this spelling in all other configuration also. So let me copy this one. This is correct now, this correct spelling. So I will paste this here, and I will go here, I will paste here also this one. Okay, sorry, something wrong here. Let me select all and paste this here. Okay, so R1 we pasted already, everything is good, no error. So let me copy for R2. So this is a R2, I will copy, this is a R2. I will go in the R2, I will paste here in the R2. Let me paste here in the R2. Okay, this is good, no issue, no error, no doubts. Let me copy for the R3. This is a R3 here. Now we will go for the R3. Okay, now let me paste this one in the R3. Everything is good. We need to wait for some time, then after that we can verify. Okay, we can verify the output. How we can verify output? We need to write the command, same thing as we do before. Let me verify here. Now the port go up, we need to wait some time, then we can write show IP OSPF interface. Which interface we are using? Let me check, serial 3/0. So we will check serial 3/0. If we check here, what is the network type here? Non-broadcast. Okay, network type is non-broadcast. And what we need to verify here, we have the DR and BDR here. Still they are doing that one, so we need to wait some time and then we can run this command. Still they are doing the configuration there. Okay, so we need to wait here some more time. Let me put here. So first time they give some long let me check, or let me go in the R1. Any one router we can do that one. So I will write here in this one, show IP OSPF interface serial 3/0, right? 3/0 or which one? I think 3/0. Let me check what we are saying. 3/0. Yeah, this is 3/0. So what we told, network type. Okay, this is a network type, is non-broadcast as we told. And what else we told? The hello timer. If you see, hello timer will jump to 30 seconds and 120 seconds. So here is, we can check hello timer jump here. Okay, and what else we told in our notes? I think neighbor we will configure manually. So we configure show IP OSPF neighbor. So neighbor ID did not came here. Manually we configure, automatically they did not come here. Okay, manually we configure in our configuration this one. What else we need to check here? Let me check what we told in our point notes. So we will verify that one. We told this timer. Okay, so this timer we verify, and we will have the DR BDR. So this is a non-broadcast network we are doing. So we will see, yeah, we have DR other DR BDR should come here. It is not coming here. Maybe some configuration we miss. Let me check here. Maybe we missed some configuration. We should have DR/BDR, or maybe in the frame relay I am using different frame relay. If we do the configuration here different, this is a port 1 number, we can give here 701 or something. If we give different number, because ISP is doing this configuration, generally we are not doing for the frame relay, so I think 709 or something, or manually we can configure like this way only.
So do from R3 to R3 route.
Again what?
Check from R3 you can check the BDR and DRs.
R3, okay, let me check in R3. Let me write here show IP OSPF neighbor. Still here not showing this one, but and if we check this one, no designated router and no backup designated router, it is showing here. It should come here, maybe some issue somewhere. If we check here, we done this one, broadcast network. Let's see the configuration. No, we done another one. This one we done just now. Non-broadcast network, and the non-broadcast network enable the frame relay interface, no dynamic neighbor discover, and we configure the same configuration like this way. Okay, everything is good, and we should have like this way. Okay, so maybe in the frame relay we have the issue, that's why it is not coming. Designated router, backup designated router we should have. Then we have point to multi-point. In point to multi-point, what we can do, this is separate one. So let me close the router, but concept is important. Even if you are not getting, let me switch off this one and change this configuration of this frame relay. For this one 706, but if we use any value it will come 706. So we have 2 port here, we need to delete 1 port. I think we cannot delete this. So what we can do, we can delete this whole unit. Now let me take again frame relay. In this frame relay configuration, port 1 we have the port 1 and written here. Generally 706 if we use, and this should be destination source ports and destination port. Maybe here if we change port 1, then here in the port 2 we can put the opposite 706, so 607 23, then we can give any port. This setting actually we are not doing, this is from the ISP, but now no one is using this technology. This is very old technology. Anyhow, let's try to change parameter here. Before I get, so I paste here in the notes that output, some setting I used before, this output is showing here before. We will verify now. Let me check, we have port 1 and 2 3, and let me add this again, and let's see, apply and connect and check. Let's see, this is a serial 0/3 to 1. This is a serial 0/3/0 to here 2, and this is a serial 3/2 to 3. Let me paste the configuration because ports are same I think. So I will switch on this router and we will check again. Already we have the configuration written here, so just we need to copy paste here. So what I will do, I will just copy paste this configuration in the R1, here in the R1. frame relay setting we need to check. Maybe the frame relay, this frame relay is different frame relay, the one which I use, because this is the latest version of the GNS. Before I done in the old GNS. Anyhow, no issue. This one I will paste and we will check now. This is everything is okay. Yeah, this one is finished. And let me copy second one from here to here. Let me go to the R2. Here also okay, everything is finished. Then we will go for R3, and here we will copy this one. Okay, R3 I will copy and I will paste in the R3. Let me paste this also in the R3. Now we will wait for some time and then we will check that one. Okay, so let's see, show IP OSPF interface serial 3/0. We are using 3/0, right? This one is correct. Hello timer, dead timer is correct. Only here DR BDR is not having. Show IP OSPF neighbor. Show IP OSPF interface serial 3/0. Maybe this router is having issue, maybe this image. Anyhow, you will have here DR and BDR. Maybe this frame relay is having issue, or maybe this router is having different image, because before I perform this lab and I put the screenshot here, it is working perfectly. Same configuration we use, and we have the hello timer, dead timer, we have the DR BDR, everything is good. Anyhow, later we will check, I will check the frame relay. Maybe I have in my old laptop the old GNS, so we will see that one. The concept is important. Just remember what we done. We add the neighbor manually, and this way we configure, and this is a new command we put, encapsulation frame relay. After that we will check that one, which interface we want to check. This is a serial 3/2. Here we use the 3/2. This one we check. But here whatever we use, we check that one. It is showing this one is correct and this one is correct in our lab, but this one we don't have. Okay, so now we will look for the other lab. Point to multi-point we will check now. So let me stop this recording.